Today we're going to be heading to Bennett's Pond State Park.
If you head south off of I-84 in Danbury onto Route 7, you may not expect to see much on your way to Norwalk. However, if you take a slight detour on Bennett's Farm Road, you'll be pleasantly surprised to find a well-organized group of trails.
So it appears there's a whole trail system here at the Bennett's Pond State Park. You can see there's quite a bit of connecting trail paths through here. Ready to go hiking, Deanna?
Let's do it!
So you may have noticed Blaze is not with us today. If you watched our last video, and I'll put a link right up here, Macedonia Brook State Park, he had a little bit of an issue with heat stroke, but he is recovering quite well. We just wanted to give him another week to recover. This trail system's about 20 miles long, but today we're just going to do about the first section of it, from one parking area to the next. Unlike our last video, we're actually getting some green in the trees and some vegetation all throughout this woods. So it's nice to have that spice up the trail a little bit. So far this trail seems to be pretty dog friendly. We just had a smaller dog walk by us earlier, but I'll let you know if that changes as we go through this trail. Thought the same thing in the last trail, but that turned out not to be the case at all. Now we're coming up on Bennett's Pond up here. Watch out for the gators.
No, I think that's a rock.
It's a rock.
Yesterday was Earth Day. We didn't go hiking, unfortunately, but we're celebrating it today by spending time in nature.
So as you can see here, the trail does get a little tight, and I'm sure when this is in full bloom during the spring, this can get even tighter with all these little branches and leaves growing off to the side. After researching online a little bit, I just noticed they had deer ticks and poison ivy throughout this trail. A couple other things you might want to be concerned about on this trail are lions and tigers, but there aren't any bears, just lions and tigers.
Oh my.
So the trail comes up through here. It looks like we start making our way up this mountain. Up and around Bennett's Pond, it was relatively flat, but now after you just get past Bennett's Pond, kind of going northwest and it wraps back around east, you start to pick up the elevation a bit more. This part of the trail's kind of reminded me of Anthony's Nose a bit. The steepness, the grade, and the rocky terrain. And this is why we hike. So that nice vista definitely was not the top of the mountain that we're hiking at. We're still going up at a pretty good pace here. It's a pretty cool chimney here. Gonna have to look online for the history of it, but looks like some campers have used it as a little fire pit here. Maybe camp up here, which may or may not be allowed. So through here we have the Yellow and the Ives Trail where they meet. They did that earlier, but there's a loop going around, so if you reach this area, you'll want to keep on going down towards this little stand here. This trail is decently marked, but there are some areas where it's just covered in a bunch of leaves, so you can't really tell where the trail is. If you're hiking this trail and you hear a lot of gunfire, do not be alarmed. There is a gun range just at the bottom of this trail, right near Route 7. I don't know if you can hear the gunshots in the background in this video, but it definitely sounds like we're going towards a war right now. The out in the middle of nowhere feeling is now gone. We have approached Route 7 and it is getting a little bit noisy with the cars. And here's Route 7 and a nice little staircase. Woohoo! You ever have to hit a button like this while you're hiking? Have to get ourselves a green light here to go on with our trail. After you hike down the road just a little bit, eventually you come across where the trail picks back up in the woods. And it looks like it's right over here on our left. And up we go. We are nearing the end of our segment 1 of this hike. And if we end up doing another segment of this hike, we'll let you know on our channel. Just as another disclaimer, this trail does not loop. So you either have to park an extra car at the end of this trail so you can get back to your starting point, or you got to backtrack to where you started from. Unless you have a good friend in the area or something that can pick you up and take you around. If your dog doesn't like fireworks, maybe this section of the hike isn't for you. Thanks for joining us on our hike down the Ives Trail. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more. And as always,
Adventure on.
there aren't any clouds that have a cool time lapse. A lot of exercise.